back to another episode. Now, I've never filmed a video like this before, so I have no idea how it's going to work, so hopefully it doesn't turn out to be complete crap. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a specific thing, because I've recently started to notice it, and it has become very annoying to me, and I felt it was worth taking a dive in, and, like, why I don't like it. So, to start off, I want to preface this video by saying, movie reviews are fine. You can have whatever opinion you want in a movie. I completely understand unpopular opinions. I have a few of my own. Movie opinions, that's why they're interesting. That's why people tend to have such strong opinions on movies, is because they can have whatever opinion they please, because it's not really objective. It's like it's art. However, today I'm here to talk about online movie reviews. Now, I don't really like that. Now, you might be saying, you absolute hypocrite, look how many reviews you have on your channel. I understand. In fact, I am kind of a hypocrite on this, because I am not the only person. I am involved with the people that I'm ranting at here, so, I'm just as much as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Let me start from this point. There are so many movies today that come out and that have mixed reviews. So some people like them, some people hate them. I completely understand this. This just it makes sense to me. And then there are those movies that have a predetermined, like, how many people are going to like it, how many people are going to hate it. There's always a section of people that don't like Marvel movies just because they're Marvel movies, and there are a section of movies that are people that don't like DC movies just because they're DC movies. There are a section of people that don't like Disney movies because they're Disney, and there's a section of people that just, when a movie comes out, they have a predetermined mindset, are they going to like this movie or not? And again, I am not saying that I do not do this, because I very much do. In fact, one of the more recent movies that I can say that has affected me personally in this issue is Venom. When Venom first came out, I already had a closed mind. I already thought, I'm not going to like this movie, I'm just going to go to make fun of it. And that's exactly what I did. I went there and I made fun of the movie without really watching it. I have since watched Venom probably 3 or 4 times, and I've completely changed my opinion on it. I'm just here to talk about people have already set mindsets, and they don't care. So those people annoy me to absolutely no end, because they have a preset mind, and they're not going to listen to a movie, no matter what it does. And again, we're all guilty of this. I am guilty of this, you are guilty of this, we're all guilty of this. So it's not really, I'm not trying to assess blame here, I'm just saying it happens. But then there are these other group of people that I don't think I'm really belonging to, that I hate even more. These people are called the Phantom Menacers. Now, let me preface this by saying Phantom Menace, the term the Phantom Menace is basically, let me explain what happened when Phantom Menace came out. It had been a really long time since Star Wars had had a movie, a proper movie, and people were excited for it, and they already had a preset mindset, which we already talked about if they were going to like this movie or not. They already thought they were going to like it. So they went there, and they liked it. They enjoyed it. Then they went back a second time. Maybe a third time. And then they started to realize, this movie's the worst thing. No, but that's the point. See, with the Phantom Menace, they had a reason, right? They already had a predetermined mindset they were going to like it, so they liked it. And then on on more viewings, they don't like it because they realized it's not a good movie. And that happens with movies all the time. That's completely acceptable. However, that term has been taken over by something else that really doesn't require it. This is called the unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinions are, again, they're fine. I have a very unpopular opinion about the Jurassic Park movies, for instance. I don't like them. But people have started to use the unpopular opinion just to make people mad. There's a whole Instagram account about this, but I don't really want to talk about this in this video. I want to talk about a specific instance of this happening throughout movies. There are so many movies that like have this kind of attachment to it, but I want to start in a certain time frame so I don't like lose you guys. So I'm going to start with a kind of recent movie, Frozen. I don't think Frozen's great. In fact, I think it's kind of meh, to be honest. Like I think it could be way better. I don't like most of the characters. I think the action's kind of dull. The only thing I really like in it is the songs. They're pretty good. They're acceptable. And it looks fine. But other than that, I don't really love the movie. But there was this huge cultural push when the movie came out to love it, because everyone else loved it. So if you don't love it, something's wrong with you. So, universally, people are like, yeah, this is a good movie. I like this movie. But then, a little bit later, when it started to get overplayed, they were like, you know what we are going to do? Someone came out and said, I don't like Frozen. Unpopular opinion. And then guess what? That became the popular opinion because everyone decided to do this. Everyone was like, you know what? I don't like Frozen anymore. It was always a bad movie. I don't like it. I'm going over to this side. And I understand that. Again, with Frozen, I understand it. But there's another movie that I've already talked about that this happened to, and I don't understand this one. Star Wars The Force Awakens. Okay. I'm hiding for the people that hate the Star Wars Disney movies. Are they gone? Okay. So, I don't hate Star Wars The Force Awakens. I think it's actually a pretty decent movie. I think there are some problems with it, obviously, just like there is every movie, but I actually enjoyed Star Wars The Force Awakens. And, to preface this, so did everyone else. When the movie first came out, it came out to glowing reviews. Everyone was like, I love this movie, it's great, I'm so glad Star Wars is back. And then everyone hated it. There was videos about people that are like, this movie is more like the prequels, which it clearly is not, but that's what people thought, so we're gonna go with that. But yeah, people were all like, this movie is more the prequels than everything else, and I hate it, and none of it is good. And then everyone was like, yeah, you know what? I have an unpopular opinion. Star Wars The Force Awakens is not a good movie, and then everyone decided to hate on it. Why? The movie didn't change. Nothing changed the movie. And then, people started doing this with, like, every movie that has come out ever. Suicide Squad, when it first came out, no one liked it. Like, it was like, yeah, what is this? This is terrible. And then, the unpopular opinion that started getting people's attention was, I actually liked Suicide Squad. And then guess what? Now there's a whole there's a whole fan base that actually likes the Suicide Squad movie, and they're getting a sequel for some reason, for literally no reason, because that movie is crap, just so you know. And again, I understand if you like that movie. It's fine. You can have unpopular opinions all you want. However, when you go with the unpopular opinion just to get you famous, you end up looking like an idiot. One of these is Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War is a awesome movie. It actually has good performances. Most superhero movies, the acting is just meh. I really liked the acting in Civil War. I thought it was actually acting. The story was very well crafted. They had a lot of characters in there, but it didn't feel overstuffed, and they had a good central conflict. It was a good, structured movie. And everyone liked it when it came out. Everyone was like, wow, this is so much better than Batman v Superman. How? What did Warner Brothers do wrong? And so everyone was like, yeah, go Captain America. Then, a video came out that said Captain America is the worst Marvel movie. Actually, I don't know if it was the worst Marvel movie or just worst movie, but anyway, it got people's attention. Because it's like, what? You don't like Captain America Civil War? Enlighten me. Why don't you like it, fool? And then they watched it and went, huh. Yeah, I don't like it either now. Because it was the unpopular opinion, and it got people's attention. So then everyone just decided, you know what, Captain America Civil War, it's not great. In fact, a lot of people say it's not even a good movie. In fact, some people say Batman v Superman is better, and to them I say, what crack are you on? I want some. And then, recently, there's been another movie that has done this. There's been two movies that have done this, that is starting to annoy me. And that is The Last Jedi and Infinity War. Now, I'm not going to get into The Last Jedi because that's a video for a different time and everyone hates, and that movie is so divisive I will lose half my subscribers. But I want to talk about this one, Infinity War. This movie came out, it shocked everybody. Everyone's like, what just happened? What was that? And people enjoyed the movie. However, here's the thing. There's a little thing called attention seekers on the internet, and the second they saw this, they decided that they were that everyone loved this movie. Okay? To everyone. Some people thought it was a little overrated, but they still thought the movie was good. Now, there's this whole culture on the internet that's like you have an unpopular opinion, and you get famous, and people follow you, and then that, for some reason, becomes a popular opinion, and then no one cares. But people have now started to say that Infinity War is not a good movie, that it overuses CGI, that the CGI isn't good, and to that I say two things. One, have you seen Thanos? And two, you don't know how much CGI there is in that movie. You just don't know. There are some CGI shots that aren't good. Yes, do you know how much CGI is in the movie? No. You have no idea how much CGI is in that movie. I'd be willing to bet that about 90% of the scenes have CGI that you don't even know is there. And that does not just go for Infinity War. That goes for every movie you've probably ever seen. Forrest Gump has more on-screen CGI than Jurassic Park does. I might be thinking, well, yeah, there's that scene where he goes around and visits all these extra people. That's not even where it came from. That sequence in the movie is not that long. There is so much CGI in movies today, people, when they complain about CGI, they don't know where it is half the time. The bad CGI is the ones that you can look at and go, oh, that's not real. And yes, there are some certain scenes in Infinity War that, like, wow, that's not real. But then there's also a giant moon flying at Tony that, unless you knew that it's not physically possible to go to another Earth and throw a planet, it would look realistic. The characters are flawed. Or that they're not good characters. And that I say, no, you're just wrong. Watch the MCU and actually pay attention for once. There's good character growth in there. Just look at Tony Stark. But that's a different video. Then there are people that say that it doesn't have a good plot. It's just a MacGuffin plot. And that I say, first off, so is the first Avengers movie. Do you have a problem with that? But the second one I have to say is the whole MCU has been based off of MacGuffin, but people haven't cared. Because of this reason. It's been entertaining! Do you get... When you sit down and watch something, and there's this end-all weapon that everyone needs, do you go, that's a MacGuffin, this movie's bad? No, if it's entertaining, you don't care! Even if it's not entertaining, I don't care half the time. Unless it's something like Suicide Squad, in which case I very much do because that was stupid. But most movies, I don't care if there's a MacGuffin. Because 90% of movies do have them. 90% of everything have MacGuffins in them. Books, TV shows, movies, they all have MacGuffins. And you know what? They're all fine. And then they're like, the plot isn't that thick. There's nothing to this movie. There are 70 characters in this movie alone, basically. To juggle all those many people, to have it make sense, to have it even be a coherable movie, is ridiculous that we can say that it is coherable. That actually makes sense. It's kind of insane. So you have to juggle all of that, with all the emotional weight, and with Thanos' whole story thrown in there. So yeah, the plot might be a little thin. Might not be a lot to it, but there is. Because there's all those characters. The characters are the plot. The characters are the movie. It's not about the snap. It's not about the stones. It's about characters. It's not about what is the overall plot of the movie. It's about look at Thanos. It's about watch when Thanos is on screen. It's about look at why Tony and Steve won't talk to each other. It's about why the team fails. Because the characters are failures. Because they are failing. That's what this movie's about. It's about characters. It's not about the plot. It's about the characters. So for people to go, oh, there's nothing to this movie. And also, there's people like, well, without the second part, it's not complete. Or, it's only good because the rest of the MCU is there. And to that I say, yeah. That's the point. The MCU is built off of the backs of other movies. Without Iron Man, there would be no Iron Man 2. Without Iron Man, there would be no Captain America. Without Iron Man, there would be no Avengers. Without the Incredible Hulk, there wouldn't have been Civil War. And that is not a flaw. That is how they built it. It's called a cinematic universe. They wanted all these movies to be connected. They wanted them to stack on top of each other. That's what a good cinematic universe does. So maybe you don't like Infinity War. But I don't think it's that you don't like Infinity War. I think it's that you don't like cinematic universes. But to have the unpopular opinion that Infinity War is crap, just because everyone else likes it, does not make you edgy. It makes you dumb.